Hello, everyone. A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, wherever you are. Welcome back again to the Happy Station. I'm not sure if you're listening to this on my YouTube clip, my radio station, or perhaps one of my other types of social media. But wherever you are, I wish you a very happy day. Christmas is almost upon us now, and it's very strange because the year seems to have passed very, very quickly. And at the start of the year, many of you told me, I have a great and wonderful dream to learn English. For some of you, that dream may have been successful, but for others, perhaps life was in the way, or maybe you just gave up or weren't motivated. But whatever happens, sometimes we have to just stop. Well, I want to tell you today that it's never too late. At any point, you can pick up English and you can recommence learning. The problem with learning a language is there's always a voice which says that between two dates in the calendar, your English should be perfect. So, for example, those of you learning in January have an expectation that your English will be very good by the end of March. Unfortunately, we're not always able to mark our own progress. And although we see our grammar increasing, speaking is always very limited. And that's because many people simply don't have native speakers around them to practice with. Other people are very shy, and the most successful people are people who push and force themselves into uncomfortable situations, knowing that they have to grow. And that's not easy. A few days ago, I was talking to a few students. They told me they've been learning English for around 5 years, but still they don't really talk. They tend to socialize amongst their own community, and as a result, they rarely or never meet native speakers. And I think that's very sad. But it also shows that this idea of between two dates to expect your English to be perfect is a little bit unrealistic. A much better mindset or a better view of things really would be to think of yourself as some kind of open door through which language flows. Language is not owned by anyone. And although you're trying to push and cram all these words inside your mind, a language belongs to a community, and therefore it needs to be shared in that community. So as you hear English, you almost certainly should use it and pass it on, and that'll help you when you come to speak it also. I thought maybe today we could look at the future perfect, because that is one of the most difficult tenses for people to use. The future perfect is used to talk about when something will happen in the future, but with a deadline. So using the future tense, it's simply that will happen, for example, in 2005. Or it's better to use a future date, of course. So let me say that again. That will happen in 2020, or that will happen in 2025. Okay, so it's looking to the future. That's a future tense. Okay, but the future perfect puts forward when an action is going to take place. Now, those of you who've read my booklet about the perfect tenses will know that I'm always saying the perfect tenses are used to talk about action. They never talk about time. And if you want a copy of my perfect tenses booklet, it's on my website, which is teacherjoseph.com. You can download it free of charge. It's under free resources, and you'll see it there as a PDF. So, if the past tense is all about times and dates, and the present tenses are all about action, then of course the future is going to be the same. If I say I will do something, or I'm going to do something, there's always a little tag of time attached to that, even if we don't say what it is. With the future perfect, we take the auxiliary verb have and we use it along with will. I will have that done for you by Thursday. I will have completed that job by Friday. I will have finished my work by Saturday. So we're not giving an exact time, but we're saying when the final time is in the future. Let's just go over that one more time. So I will have that done for you by Thursday. So imagine a customer is on the phone. They say, where's my project? And you can say, I will do your project on Thursday. Or if you're not quite sure when in the week you'll do it, you can say, I will have that project finished for you by Thursday. So that means that you have between now and Thursday to finish it. This is one of the beautiful things about the future perfect. You can use it this way. Well, that's really all I wanted to tell you about the future perfect at the moment, but it's important to know that it has other forms as well, such as I will have been doing this job for 3 years on the 31st of May. This also is a future perfect. I will have been working here for 26 years in 2020, for example. So these are some things that you can practice with. The future perfect is only very difficult because it has this present perfect auxiliary verb of have in there, and that makes it much more difficult to work with. But in business English, it's very, very common, and I recommend that you listen to it or listen out for it in conversations so that you also can use it. Well, as you all know, as I mentioned earlier, it's Christmas time, and as it's Christmas time, that means that it's very dark here in the UK. So as I look out of my window, I can see that the dark mornings are here. It's already almost 8 o'clock, but there simply is no light, which is quite normal for this time of year, but maybe it's a little bit sad. But it's a great time to have that hope in the darkness and that great promise which comes from this time of year that things will always get brighter. So if you're worried about your English, if you're concerned about it, it's never too late to begin. And you don't have to know everything today. but just to try to reach out to someone to say even 2 or 3 words, hello, how are you, is enough to rekindle and rebegin your interest. So, I wish you all a wonderful day. See you. Bye bye.